So why do you think kind of, you know, why do you think Kubernetes has been such a phenomenal success?
Well, I think the market was ripe for it in a lot of respects. So obviously, when containers became popular, thanks to Docker, now of course containers were around before, there were different types of containers, but modern containers as we know them, it's very much thanks to the folks that were at Docker. Once we started leveraging containers, because of the sort of the patterns that they enforced on us, like microservices and things like that, we naturally needed something to manage our container sprawl or our application sprawl. And various options came along: Docker Swarm, Apache Mesos, Kubernetes. And obviously Kubernetes is the one that has, look, let's just say it has the brightest future. It's got the most momentum. It's got the most industry backing. But you know what I think was a big thing behind it is that I think Amazon in Amazon Web Services really blindsided the industry. Your Microsofts, your IBMs, your HPEs, all of those people that were comfortable enterprise partners in selling hardware and just ticking over were really blindsided when AWS came along and ate their lunch, effectively. Nobody likes somebody else eating their lunch. So what happened then was, I guess initially the rest of the market started saying, well, we'll build a cloud that's better than AWS or that can compete with AWS. But you know what? Once somebody's got a lead in a market, it's really hard to rein them in, no matter who you are. And that really wasn't working. I mean, we had the whole OpenStack thing going on for a while. I think a lot of people wanted OpenStack to be an alternative to AWS, something that would compete feature to feature. And that never really happened. So what was needed was something that would come along and almost abstract AWS, that you could layer on top of it and say, write your applications to this platform, Kubernetes, and Kubernetes will hide whatever's below. Now, I'm oversimplifying, okay, because Kubernetes doesn't hide everything below. In the same way that, you know, you could have two physical servers, and if one of them's got loads of memory and a bunch of NVMe storage in there and another one doesn't, it's not a great deal that Linux or Windows can do about, you know, masking or hiding those features. But the core bits, Kubernetes comes along and does really abstract away or commoditizes. That's a good idea, actually. Commoditizes that AWS infrastructure and says, look, just put Kubernetes on anybody's cloud and move your application. You can migrate off AWS onto AWS, whatever you want. So I think that, like, your Microsofts and your HPEs and your Ciscos and everybody like that, IBMs, all needed something to compete with AWS. This is my opinion, okay? And Kubernetes just so happened, almost by accident, to come along and sort of fill that role, make it easy to get your apps off of AWS and onto somebody else's cloud.